feature request. You know we got something to address. I even hate when you say the word. That's just me, I guess. Some just cringe worthy. It ain't even gotta be, I guess. Still love when you see success. Everything to me is blessed. Showing yo, and it won't be no threats. That's not even for the Drake part of this stream, to be honest. That's for the other guy. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Welcome back to the Sorry Shoot podcast. It's your boy ARP. Good morning. Good morning. Shout out to the 6 a.m. crew. All right. We established the time once again. We back 6 a.m. Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday mornings as well, but not exactly 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is locked in for Monday through Friday, people. Okay. So shout out to the morning crew. We here. We got a couple things to go over this morning. I appreciate everybody that's coming into the chat. I see my members. I see some mods. I see y'all building up. I see y'all today. Y'all see the thumbnail. Diddy, we might be on point with our prediction. One, being guilty, and two, being verdict coming in today. We might have been perfectly aligned with what we've been leading up to, seeing the developments coming out of court. So we're going to get out of or we're going to come up to speed with what happened yesterday. Okay. We went over the jury sheet on our last stream and we broke down, if we were jurors, how we would select some of those boxes. And yeah, the jury actually went through the process of starting to select those boxes, right? So let's see where they landed. Tough times. We have an update when it comes to Jay-Z's lawsuit. Okay, so we're going to jump on that for a second. And you see the title. We'll probably do that third. It says, Aye Verb, this may really be a problem. May really, really, really be a problem. And I'm going to bring up why that became a question for me. And then I'm going to let y'all determine if it really is a problem or not, or if maybe the internet is just reaching, or if we just need to turn the blind eye, or if it's something we should like keep track of, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. I'm not going to try to figure that out alone. I'm bringing y'all in the dirt with that one. You see Drake in the thumbnail. I want to go over some recent Drake controversy. We'll get there. And then I got some other small ones. Things like Wack 100. I got some NBA stuff. I got some clips that I'm just going to say, people, what the hell is going on in this world? And we're going to discuss some of those as well. So being that we got so much, let's go ahead and get to work. Good morning, everybody. I see y'all in the chat. And real quick, I even see a couple some member activity going on. We got All Praise Dre just became one of our members to the Green Gang. What's good, homie? Welcome to the membership club. You know, we rock out over here. And the same goes for B Quiz, became a member today as well. So salute to two of our newest members. Appreciate y'all joining once again, the green team. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna do a members only stream coming up, and I'm gonna post a link in the chat, and we're gonna see how many of y'all get cold feet. Like, oh no, I ain't going up there on no live stream with this nigga. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm gonna hold y'all down. I ain't gonna throw y'all to the wolves. But shout out to the members, man. Be on the lookout for members exclusives. Of course, I always see the members stuff in the chat way more. And I want to do some members direct streams as well. Do some more of those coming up. So shout out to the Green Game, but shout out to the full chat. All right, let's start working. Let's go to Diddy. Let's go to Diddy. So this was yesterday's update, people. Spooky hours, literally hours from possibly his verdict.
So I don't think there's really any question. The loser today is Diddy. The jury has come back with unanimous verdicts on 4 of the 5 counts. They are hung up on racketeering, but they have reached verdicts on sex trafficking as it relates to Cassie, sex trafficking as it relates to Jane, the Mann Act as it relates to Cassie, and the Mann Act as it relates to Jane. The judge has sent the jury back and said, continue deliberating. They have now recessed for the day. They're coming back tomorrow. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you about why I believe this jury is probably going to come back tomorrow. And let me just first break down why I think this is bad news for Diddy. The Mann Act is easy. It is the transportation of a sex worker across state lines for commercial purposes, prostitution. I mean, I don't see how the prosecution did not prove that. And the fact that the jury came back this quickly, it tells me, look, I don't know, but it seems like he's cooked on those two. As for sex trafficking, we have to look at Cassie and Jane separately. To prove sex trafficking, you have to show that Diddy committed these acts using fraud, force, or coercion. It's interesting as to Cassie. The jury wanted to hear about a trip to Cannes. They wanted the transcript, and this is where Cassie and Diddy flew back from Cannes to New York. On the plane, Diddy showed Cassie a freak off video that she was on. And he said, if you, according to her, if you don't engage in a freak off with me when we land in New York, I'm going to show this to your mother and release it publicly. If the jury believes that, that's it. It's coercion. And it's interesting, they honed in on that during their deliberation. Now, they could go either way, but that was, I thought, all along, the most direct evidence of coercion, if you believe Cassie. And I think he's in trouble there. As to Jane, I think there's more of an issue of consent. And they did not ask for transcripts as to Jane. So I don't know. You know, I think on the Mann Act, he's in big trouble. I think as to sex trafficking with respect to Cassie, he's in trouble. I don't know about Jane. But either way, there is a significant prison term on the table if he's convicted. As for racketeering, here's the way I see it, because I've told you guys now from the beginning, I've always had an issue with this, that this is not organized crime, it's disorganized crime. And it's not typically what racketeering is used for. So the jury said they were split, and it's not 11-1. There are multiples on both sides. And they said, we're dug in. The judge said, go back in and try. So if they're just directly following the jury instructions as to racketeering, they need to find two independent criminal acts. I mean, if they find him guilty on the Mann Act, and I'm guessing they did, well, there are the two acts. Yet, they're hung up on racketeering. What that tells me is it's kind of square peg, round hole for a lot of these jurors, or two of the jurors, multiples, whatever the number is, that they're just not seeing this as racketeering. So that's my opinion about it. Now the question, how do they resolve it? So they're going to go back in tomorrow and know that they are up against a 4-day holiday, that the courts are closed on Thursday, the federal courts. The judge will open the courtroom if the jury hasn't reached a verdict on Wednesday. They could deliberate Thursday. It's not always the case, but jurors somehow miraculously reach a decision when it comes to butting up against a 4-day holiday. It just happens. They don't want it held over their heads for the weekend, for a long weekend. So that's one possibility, that they just all come together. Maybe the more likely possibility is they come back tomorrow, I don't know, at 11 or noon, and they say to the judge, we are so deadlocked, we cannot reach a verdict. The judge could then say, you know, it's called the Allen charge, which is where he gently badgers them to reach a verdict. He could do that, but my guess is if they don't come in by the end of the day tomorrow, and they come back toward the end of the day and say, we're just hopelessly deadlocked, the judge will read the 4 verdicts where they were unanimous and declare a mistrial as to racketeering. If that happens and he's found guilty on 3 or 4 of the other counts, my guess is they won't retry him on racketeering. But we will see. I don't think it's good news for Diddy. When court was over today, knowing that they reached a verdict on 4 counts, he turned to his family in the gallery and kind of whispered to them, I'll be okay. Ooh. I mean, you could take that either way, but the way I take it is, if he ends up in prison, he'll be okay.
Let's do 4 topics and reactions around this. The first one, that last piece. Sheesh. You know, when they came back from deliberation and they felt like in the courtroom, Diddy and his family, like, that's pretty fast. And yeah, we're deadlocked across 4 of the charges. He turns back to his family, says, "Don't worry, I'll be okay." Oh man, nobody wants to be in that situation, man. Like, it does seem like Diddy is walking very solid. I know that's a separate topic, but he's walking very solid, man. Like, he didn't take the stand. You don't hear no Nino Brown shit from him. If I'm going down, I'm taking the whole mothership with me. We're not hearing nothing about that. He looks like in court they're saying at times he's being charismatic. He's smiling, made a joke or two, was very nice to the judge. If he gets convicted, I don't know. Like Diddy, as much as y'all thought he had this soft reputation, he might have been MC Hammer this whole time, especially hearing with a lot of stuff that came out of the trial about some of the violence and the gangster shit and whatnot. He might fuck around, and if he's convicted, turn around, hug, kiss, blow kisses to his family, and say it's all good, and go start serving his time. Wouldn't that be crazy? I'm seeing sympathy in the chat now because of that last part of him turning around to his family saying I'll be okay. Look, people's turning around a little. Look at y'all. um, I'll leave that there. The second thing, the coercion and the enforcement being proven. They said the jury sent back to the court and requested the specific transcripts as it related to that situation on the airplane when Diddy threatened Cassie to show her sex tape to her family and to the public. Now, we've done a lot of reaction and feedback to the trial, and we've seen a lot of pieces generally around consent. Consenting adults, opportunists, people staying. No, you're not handcuffed to the bed. You left, you came back, you this, you that, you're getting your rent paid, you're getting the lavish, all this consenting adult shit. But one thing that was flying under the radar for me, for us, is that the way this shit is working out based on that type of reaction of the jurors asking for that specific piece of that transcript to possibly say we agree guilty on this piece for Cassie sex trafficking because it's tied into coercion for that specific example from the airplane. What's been flying under our radar is, let's say we're taking a scale of 100%, right? We're looking at it and we're saying 90% of this shit feels consensual. But the 10% is the one example that the government is going to use and say, here's the transcript. He threatened her. He held this footage over her head and said, I will send it to your family and I'll put it out publicly and ruin you if yada, 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 yada. And if they take that and say, okay, we reread the transcript, we reread the details of that, we actually believe that scenario is true, we got to check this guilty box. That's the 10% of like, no, this really, in this specific case, was coercion, but the other 90% was just their toxic ass relationship. Because we said that so many times, people, to the letter of the law, remove our personal opinion. To the letter of the law, they're going to say, no, that ain't you just chipping a chick off because she came to hang out with you or flying a chick out. She got fluid out. No. You cross state lines, letter of the law. Money was exchanged, letter of the law. Sex was involved, letter of the law. Guilty, sex trafficking or prostitution. Yo, that transcript being requested is a haymaker. They want to use that detail and say, we think that this proves it. And if they could do that specific case to prove that generally for their 10-year relationship, Cassie was sex trafficked, why wouldn't they key in on specific cases to say, well, this proves the case with this example for other charges as well? Now, and yesterday I said, I don't believe that I personally can check the box of Cassie or Jane being sex trafficked because I'm too much of that 90%. Some of that jury is just like, yeah, I hear you, but letter of the law. Wow. Two more for you. I pulled up in the background something I was curious of while TMZ was talking there. I typed in a question of, if Diddy is found guilty of his RICO charges, could he lose all his assets to the government? That's what I typed in. The answer, If Sean Diddy Combs were found guilty of RICO, Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act charges, the government could potentially seize a significant portion of his assets, depending on how the court links those assets to criminal activity. Asset forfeiture under RICO. RICO laws allow civil and criminal forfeiture and assets that are proceeds of illegal activity used to commit or facilitate criminal acts, obtain assets through a pattern of racketeering, use certain assets to further that enterprise. Could he lose everything? It says not necessarily. The government can't just take everything he owns unless everything is shown to be tied to criminal activity or he used criminal proceeds to acquire and or maintain it. Now, the reason why I wanted to pull that up is because I think a lot of us now are just like, oh, it's looking like he's about to get found guilty. We felt that way even prior to yesterday. Yesterday just made it even worse. Like, it's a wrap for him. Okay. And so what's the aftermath of that, right? As it pertains to his organization, his friends, his family, his children, right? So I was curious. Bad Boy as we know it, the Diddy name, the Puff Daddy, all that branding as we know it, in my opinion, you just can't touch it, right? No sponsor, like people were stepping away from him and he had to step down from certain business ventures like Revolt, for example, and all that, even before trial started. Just having it on you. Same thing happened to Shannon Sharp. He's not at trial yet. It's the accusations, it's the public scrutiny, it's the damaged persona and image. He lost sponsorships. Just the accusations, right? So, and the charges, right? And the litigation. Same with Diddy now. Let's say if he's convicted, what brand will stand next to the Bad Boy name? Like, let's say one of his children wants to continue to use it, right? What brand? Literally, you can have a whole portion of society or your fan base or your customers turned off by saying, why are you out here supporting an entity that was into sex trafficking? They're just going to say he was found guilty. So that's what he is. That's what they're going to do. Right. No company it's not worth it to them. They'd rather go somewhere else. You got a million other rappers and entities that you can use to promote your products. That Bad Boy name, Diddy, Puff, all of that as an entity and as a company, I think is dead going forward. You know, if they don't seize all his assets, like it said, because can you prove that some of this was tied to a criminal organization? Yes, especially if the government's getting greedy and say, I want a new car, I want a new house, I want this, I want that. Money is the root of many evils and many decisions. So, yeah, there could be some stuff that gets wrapped up in this. We heard a lot of hotel usage. You know, I didn't hear too much about the stuff happening at his crib. Smart. Fucking shit where you eat. A lot of hotel stuff. Yeah. But you also hear some of the company stuff. Like when he signed that NDA with the guy to retrieve the hotel footage, the security guard from the hotel, right? It wasn't signed Sean Diddy Combs, and it was signed under the enterprise. And they even used that in court. So little things like that, they start to go after forfeiture. So what his family will be able to make, how about his masters and on his music catalog? That has nothing to do with this case. I don't see that any of that continuing to add to the maintaining of the criminal organization, unless they want to act like this whole freak off stuff and alleged sex trafficking that he was doing. The only way he was funding it was being able to take the money from his monthly streaming check or his masters to his hit Grammy songs, take that and then pay for the freak offs. That man's a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just curious to see if his family would be left with something. Right now I'm going to assume so. Yes, I'm going to assume so. The fourth thing that I pulled up for me and for us, right? Let's make sure we hear about it so much, but let's get the true definition. What is the Mann Act? Okay. We hear that it was created once upon a time from a racist standpoint to capture some of our black superstars that were into white women, right? We know how it was for black men to be with white women back. Shit, they even portrayed some of that in the movie Sinners, right? Yeah, I mean, we know the times, we know our history, but let's see how it's used in modern era as well. The Mann Act, officially titled the White Slave Traffic Act of 1910, is a U.S. federal law originally intended to combat human trafficking and prostitution, especially the transport of women across state lines for immoral purposes. Now, if it's not prostitution and if it's not human trafficking and the person's just crossing state lines because I live in New York and she lives in California and I'm flying her in to hang out with me because we're dating now and we might actually have sex because that's what dating couples fucking do. Who are you to label that immoral purposes? The word immoral is going to go from Bible to Bible. What is immoral? Person to person, religion to religion. What's immoral? Oh, having tattoos in certain religions, in certain people's eyes, is blasphemy, is immoral. Cursing in certain people's religions and beliefs, immoral, blasphemy, alcohol, drinking some alcohol, listening to hip hop music that has curses and murder and crime and all of that, immoral. Having sex before being married, immoral. Having children before being married, immoral. So yeah, this law was created off of some bullshit, but original purpose in 1910, the law made it a federal crime to transport any woman or girl across state lines for the purpose of prostitution or debauchery or for any other immoral purpose. The moment that they put a moral purpose in there, they make it so broad and general that they can catch your black ass in it because you got this white woman with you. The immoral purpose is the catch. It was part of the early 20th century movement to crack down on what was called white slavery, forced prostitution. White slavery is crazy. Consider what we've been through as black people. To create something around like, hey, we've been trafficked and enslaved too. That's crazy. Spin artist. Are we keeping track of our spin artists, not just current jokey fucking streams, but also through history? Spin. Modern interpretation. The law has been amended multiple times, and today it applies more broadly to sex trafficking, transportation of minors, or sexual activity, exploitation, or coercion. There goes your word coercion for sexual acts. It can be used in both consensual and non consensual contexts. That is insane. Especially when coercion, fraud, or transport of a minor is involved. So there's no minor here, but you can also use it in consensual situations. That's why I brought it up for us. Famous Mann Act cases: Jack Johnson, 1913, Chuck Berry, 1959, 2021, R. Kelly. It was used. Mm, mm, mm. It's a wrap. Um, yeah, keep an eye out for our live stream today, people. If it goes down, if the verdict drops, we'll probably be here for a recap to discuss what actual counts they tripped them on. If they got him on Jane, we're gonna talk about 50. We're gonna pull up 50 Cent's Instagram, see what he posted some shit like yesterday. Like 50 wants Diddy to go to jail badly. It's like his posts are just wicked. It's not really of my code too much. I understand y'all are enemies, but you should just be sitting back quiet, homie. Just enjoy it. If you're enjoying it that much, just enjoy it quietly. For him to be doing that type of trolling is bugged out. He can't get in no trouble, 50, because they're gonna say your karma, is anyway. But if it drops today, which is expected, we'll probably come back and discuss a couple things. I'll get back as early as I can, basically afternoon, early evening, or whatever. But we'll keep a lookout. We'll keep a lookout. All right. I would run another quick poll in the chat saying guilty, not guilty. What do y'all think? But I already know what the expectation is at this point. Let's move on. Jay-Z. Jay-Z. Mr. Powerful Jay-Z. Mr. Don't play with him and his backing of Rock Nation. Mr. I'm sending $3,000 an hour Alex Spiro. Jay-Z is not above the law. Jay-Z, you would think when you fight him, and it's a correct assessment, you're going up against a lot of powerful entities. He's very protected because he feeds, he touches, he influences, he is a part of many people's success. We tend to sometimes just look at the person in the middle and say, look at the billionaire. But that billionaire might be tied to 100 millionaires. And they all use their network, their influence, their reach to fight for that person because that person in that position is tied in, connected. Friend of a friend. Is he a friend of ours or is he a friend of a friend? Mafia type shit. But I said all that to say, don't mean you're above the law. Don't mean that you can't take a L. This ain't Jay-Z's first L. Jay-Z also lost that lawsuit, which is why you will never see him on camera anymore throwing up his diamond to the wrestler, right? He was like, wait a minute, that's my shit. Jay-Z lost that. No more. It's The Rock. Cool. You can say it's The Rock, Rockefeller. Go ahead and throw the symbol up and see what happened. It's over. All right. Let's see what happened with developments from his case with Tony Busby. Because remember, he closed the door and said, now you can't leave. All right. But there's been a development in that. I just can't stop with my references. Bronx Tale, right? I hope you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say lock the door and you just can't leave. Judge dismisses Jay's extortion and defamation lawsuit against Tony Busby. Rapper's attorney says we are surprised and disappointed by the ruling. Okay. This is from the Rolling Stones. So I believe this is a statement from Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's lawyer. We are surprised and disappointed by this ruling, which turns on the misapplication of California law on the admissibility of the investigator's statements, Carter's lawyer Alex Spiro tells Rolling Stones in a statement. Notably, the judge expressly states that his decision would have changed dramatically if he had admitted the statements into evidence, as they would have shown not only that Carter had nothing to do with any SA on Doe, but that Busby knew it, and thus the court would come out the other way on this motion. Let's stop there for a second. Does that feel fair? It does. Jay-Z, my GOAT. Tony Busby, don't really fuck with him based on what he's seen. So some of the stuff I've seen, I'll be like, okay, you redeem yourself a little bit. Like when he turned down, was it Mariah's case versus Zion Williamson? When Tony Busby turned down her case, right? He showed me something. I said, all right, good. Not every dollar is a good dollar. You're right. Thank you, Tony. But then with the whole thing about the underage girl and all that, and still pressing it, even though it's like, what are you doing here? Look at the type of proof, and this is bullshit. This is a money grab. So I didn't respect that, and then ties back into the 1-800 shit, 1-800 number shit. But despite how I look at these two sides of the coin, judges' input here seems fair. If you put into evidence evidence that Tony Busby knew some of the stuff beforehand, then it's a different ballgame. We're having a different discussion here. But Jay-Z went in there saying this is extortion, right? I think the judge, to a degree, still has to uphold the integrity of just a casual person or civilian walking into a law firm and saying, I have a problem. And then a lawyer saying, okay, I will represent you. Now, a lawyer, Alex Spiro went after Tony Busby for this. It's the due diligence stuff. Like he even had people that he took on that he said he inherited from a third party, but they still expect you as a lawyer to do due diligence. It's like part of the job. Okay, I can't just walk into a lawyer's office and say, somebody assaulted me. And you say, bet, let's file, let's walk it into court. Right? You have to collect some evidence. You have to ask some questions, maybe make some phone calls, look up the law locally, refresh, do this, do that, see if there's actually something there. And then you make your own personal decision. I think you should do a process of legal investigation. Is this really something that I should walk into the legal process with this client? Then you do the personal side, which is this case worth it for me? Is it too small of a case? Is it too big of a case? Is this person got the money for me? Is this person somebody I want to work with? Do I want this type of case on my resume? Is it winnable? Am I going to lose it? Am I going to end up headlines behind this? You do the legal process, then you do the personal process. You put that together and it goes or it doesn't go. Okay. But you look at this and you say, this person came to not Alex Spiro, to Tony Busby with a story. Was she there that night? Seems so. I guess. Did the things transpire that she said transpire? Seems not. Seems like you rode the coattails of what was going on with Diddy, right? Jay-Z's got all these pictures and whatnot showing. I wasn't there. I was over here. This house that you're talking about that don't exist and the time don't make sense. And your own father goes on record and says, I don't remember that. It was crazy. Jay-Z sends private investigators. She lets them into the house to interview her and says that I'm lying. Tony put me up to this. It's like they crushed it. They crushed all the integrity of the case. But to take it on in the first place, to say that Tony, I can prove that this was an extortion attempt, I don't think that's clear. It's not like me showing 6 different examples of Aye Verb and how frivolous some of his accusations are. Like, Hitman Holla posts an Instagram post responding to Say Cheese about $456,000. So now ARP, you owe me some money. Or him going on record saying things like, I just see Norbs get paid from URL allegedly, and he don't rap. So you think I'm not finna come get some of that money too? He put himself on the record as somebody that has extortionist or money grabbing capabilities on his own audio out of his own stupid ass mouth, right? You don't have that evidence on Tony Busby. Whether he was really looking for a money grab or not, you don't have the evidence of it. Judge threw it out. So I think it's fair. I think it's fair. All right. When it pertains to that, I don't know if there's more for Jay-Z to try to do. I don't know if there's some counters to still come with. Actually, the follow-up to this is Tony Busby is now seeking his expenses, like his legal fees. Now he's actually the lawyer, I assume, that was trying to defend himself, or legally, I don't know if you're a lawyer, if you can defend yourself in a case like that. Is there any conflict of interest or something? I don't know how that works. Shout out to DW and shout out to Creech and all the lawyers that tune into the podcast. I think lawyers are tuning into this podcast more because they want to see how normal people interpret them. I got about 4 lawyers that either text me, call me, or DM me. You know what I'm saying? Like, about some of the takes that I have. They'll correct me. Or sometimes if I come on stream and I say, I'm not sure about that, they'll DM me or text me the answer. Like, oh, well, you asked that question on the stream. Here's the answer. Right. I think lawyers sometimes, they can appreciate the guy has some common sense. So I want to see his interpretation of what we do for a living. It's like me as a battle rap league owner watching a fan talking about how leagues operate from an unbiased, logical, smart standpoint. I would tune into that person and say, that's a good take that you just had about what it takes to put together a main event and roll it out. Oh, no. When it comes to choosing your co-main event, you're completely off track. Let me tell you how it really goes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why lawyers are tuning in to this podcast a little bit. But yeah, if Tony Busby now turns around and says, I don't think it's a countersuit situation. I think it's more so like I spent $500,000 to defend you over the last 3 months accusing me of extortion, right? I want that back. And it's a check that Jay-Z can easily cut, or Jay-Z can fight it. I don't know if it's an ego or a pride thing that they're about to have. Who knows? But it seems like that would probably be the last news update that we might hear about Tony Busby and Jay-Z, unless something else comes about. And I don't think Tony Busby will go back in the direction of Jay-Z again. And I think Jay-Z will probably try to stay away from Tony Busby for the rest of his career as well. Okay? We had a very, very significant situation. It ends up like this. I didn't really, you dirtied my name for a minute, but I walked out of it pretty clean. I wiped all that shit off. Tony Busby, I went after your credibility as a lawyer and as an office as well. Your shit got dismissed. You was able to still be out there publicly in front of your clients and wipe some dirt off too. This one, you can kind of say no harm, no foul, even though they might look at each other like, fuck you. No harm, no foul. Walk away. All right. What's next? Let me transition with my supers real quick. Once again, shout out to some brand new members adding on to the green team. Gang, gang, gang. Our new members in the building once again. We had another member that came on while I was playing the TMZ video. Money Machine Mont. Money Machine Mont, man. Be careful with names like this. Aye Verb will sue you. He will sue you. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. This is his home audio. So another new member, Billy X Bones, man. Shout out to you, Bill. One of our new members. Oh, members is up today, this morning. Jonathan Muddy Hands. All right. Your name is Muddy Hands and you got a Thanos glove on in your shit, which means I can't trust you yet. Hang around a bit, man. I don't know who you doing the snap for. Is it the Tony Stark snap or the Thanos snap? Which one? Who do you represent? Jonathan. Shout out to the new members, man. Two Clean Johns, one of our significant members over here, actually gifted on the channel. So shout out to two Clean Johns. But yeah, it's been a members morning, man. It's been a members morning. Green team, we are building over here, okay? We really, really are building over here. So shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. All right. Let's move on to I put the hat back on. Put the hat back on yesterday, maybe the day before. I tried to start moving this guy out of my title. I heard he's still sending a couple little shots over there. So I'll come back. I'll come back with my little shots too. I told y'all yesterday, man. No mercy. What's good, homie? I told y'all yesterday, man. I didn't put anything away. I took that stuff off the drive and put it on my local hard drive to show y'all. Like, oh no. We still got guns under the bed, right there in the corner, on my hip next to me, under the bed. There's some stuff in the safe, but the access to that is biometric. Boop. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy around here. Because I don't trust the man. And I know his ego and his little thing for the set is so, and his mind and his lying and his character, it's like a formula of who he is. I know he don't want that type of smoke that we really have for him over here, but he can't help to still throw a little bit of ego out there and say little stupid shit still. And so, return fire is a bitch. And this is just the 22s. You know what I'm saying? And 22s still hurt bad. They still take lives, but all right, let's get to Aye Verb. I wanna say this to start this segment. Aye Verb. When I put the title Aye Verb, this may really be a problem. The thing about Aye Verb and all the energy and accusations and stuff around his name, you got to look into the psychology of a person sometimes. And you got to see, is somebody deflecting? Is somebody trying to portray energy on others? Like what is somebody's big ambition for staying in a particular lane or fussing over a specific topic for so long and for so often? And also projecting so much, right? For example, if I played in the league, if I used to play in the NBA, right? And I ended up retiring early because, I shot my knee. Knee got shot out, right? If I turn into a sports analyst and every time I'm on TV, you hear me talking about, oh, look at that. He better be careful. He might sprain his knee. Oh, that crossover that Allen Iverson does, the way that he shifts his body, he got to be careful. He might sprain a knee. Uh-oh, he went down. It might, you never know. The way that he fell, that's probably going to be career ending. Right? Sooner or later, somebody's going to say, listen, man, you're the one that blew your knee. Why are you always portraying that and projecting that on people? Do you want that to happen to other people because it happened to you? What's this consistent blow your knee out energy about? When I say the word consistent, let's walk. Let's start here.
fucked up, but it makes them feel better. Usually fucked up. Yeah. Like it's Verb, did you ever hit a famous woman? Boy, if I showed you who dick kind of had him, how fucked up, but it makes them feel better.
All right. So, I mean, it's a viral clip. The whole world has seen it. Even this clip right here has how many views? Oh, no, this is 140,000 views that this person uploaded. You know what? I'm not a petty lame at that level. Let's just say that's an accident. Okay, let's go benefit of the doubt. Uh, you guys never seen this one? I thought you guys seen this. No?
Usually fucked up. Yeah. Like Verb, did you ever hit a famous woman? Boy, if I showed you who dick kind of had him, how fucked up, but it makes them.
Let's just say mistake. I'm not going to the petty levels with this one. I seen like the Anderson Burris video. Pardon if I pronounce your name incorrectly. I seen his video. He did like a whole remix to this video of like Verb dancing and dick, 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 dick in my like he was niggas made videos off of this and that have done hundreds of thousands of views across the web since Verb always brags about doing views. Well, there you have it. But I'm going to be as impartial as a man possibly can be about this clip and say, accident. Okay? Let's just start there. Accident. Cool. When I take this down and I see what's the energy from all of your peers? Forget me, forget the league owners. I never rapped a bar in my life, right? What's the energy like with your peers?
You in the closet mad, titties and ass do not impress you. Shit, I heard the real Verb like to experiment and hide his other personality like Dr. Jekyll. You not as special. You're
The homosexuals is protecting Verb.
You a house nigga.
Boy, if I showed you who dick kind of had him,
Boy, get over here. I'ma pull up like,
Hey, look here, nigga. First off, this is Offset talking to Quavo about a bad ad lib. Yeah, see right here? Is when you gonna have to take that skirt off, nigga. Man up.
boy, that is special.
Open your mouth, nigga.
My heart is buried in semen.
Beloved, no.
Everything about you tells me you a
Heart is buried in semen.
You said you got molested by a woman, so whoever gave you head before 30, you ain't feeling. You a Fruit Loop.
The demons that are inside y'all is pushing dick so far in all y'all stomachs.
I am a pleaser.
You's a bitch. Probably go home, take this off, put on spaghetti straps, and keep a pocketbook close to you.
I'm finna take my clothes. Oh, he gay.
I get on that shit with you, nigga.
It's sick that y'all are demons like that. I'm gonna go be a cop.
You in the closet mad.
What was that clip, like the voiceover piece that said, I am protected by the homosexuals and all that? Like, what is that stuff? All right. Those are just two quick clips. I'm going to say the first one, devil's advocate, mistake. The second one, I'm going to say, it's battle rap. It's just his peers and all the battle rappers using that angle, right? It's just battle rap, all right? They wouldn't dare say that to Verb's face off the stage, all right? So let's start there. I want to see if there's any patterns, though. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Check this out. So look, yesterday, if all y'all that don't know, Sue Surf got caught following a transsexual Twitter account where the transsexual female posts nothing but graphic videos of her having sex. Surf follows her, she follows him. Okay. This was Surf response. Now keep this in mind. If this was Verb, you know it's over.
If a motherfucker listening, speaking, and just mixing into the conversation, because in reality, their opinion, like what
why does he say that so much? He said that at least 1,000 times that I've heard. If it was Verb, it would be over. If y'all caught me dancing, it would be over. If I followed this person, it would be over. He's always putting himself in the shoes of the person that he's accusing of something. And so, all right, you're saying that Surf allegedly has some type of communications or whatever with I'll just say transformer. Okay. What else Verb got going on? It can't be a trend. It just can't be.
I start breaking down characteristics, right? I said, dang, you know what? He does get extremely irate at all times. He also throws around the gangster shit.
Oh, you talking to Sue Surf? That's the same shit you say about Holla. He gets irate. He gets irate. He gets irate. The gangster shit. The gangster. I told y'all the other day he reuses his bars, doesn't he? You need some new angles, like how my folders is laid out for you. You need new angles because you keep telling us the same shit about multiple people. You love recycling your bars. It kind of waters down your accusations when you try to say the same shit about multiple people. But let's see what he's on.
He throws it around like a shield. He throws the shit like, yeah, Dixon. And I'm just thinking like, men don't act like that, bro. Then not everything is starting to click in my mind, right? Men don't act like that. A man would never say, if y'all book Verb, I'm done. I'm going to the other side. Like, men don't say that, bro. Hood rats say shit like that. Freaks, hoes, they say shit like that. If I'm mad, I'm gonna go fuck with somebody. That's not a man's characteristic, bro. Everything gotta be about this nigga. He has to be the center. The other day, they was in a space and they were saying, just giving flowers to everybody bars. Everybody shouting out somebody else. It got on him. He said, I remember when I said, this nigga the lights gotta be on him.
Once again, repeating his bars. Same thing he said about Hitman. Any battle rapper that has more attention than him, he says that the lights got to be on him. They put more light on these battle rappers than you because you're beneath them. But questioning of somebody's manhood, Verb, once again, the trend continues. How many exhibits are we at so far? I'm going to lose count. I already have.
Nigga, you was sticking your dick in a tomboy. I wasn't doing that, man. Come on, if we really think about it, bro, these people crazy, bro, right?
Oh, now he's talking to Jack Boy. Okay.
You were pushing your dick inside a female that appears like a man. Come on, man. Who the fuck is you playing with, Jack Boy, man? Hey, your man called me gay. He screamed it out. Verb is gay in real life. That's what he said. But he was pushing his dick inside a female that appears like a tomboy. How the fuck is you gonna put that on me, man?
Can't be more. Can't be. I'm starting to get a little bit leery here because, you know, I started off giving benefit of the doubt, but patterns are something that I always pay attention to. We're starting to get past where there's smoke, there's fire. It's still smoke.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. How many battle rappers do y'all know think right now is getting down? And when I say getting down, they like their girls with extended features. How many y'all think? Because I counted 7. 7 of you niggas. So nothing's wrong with that though, fellas. You like the extended clip, you like the shotgun hanging, that's your thing, but you gotta tell us though. You gotta tell us though, you can't just walk around and act like you a hard nigga and you fuck with this type of shit and you get down, bro. There's no way to dodge the Surf get down, bro. He has 3 of these niggas. He's following 3 of these niggas, man. What are you talking about, bro? 3? And then
he's very, very heavy. When this comes about, this ain't projecting. It can't be. It can't be. Still a little bit of benefit of doubt. Am I allowed to?
All these niggas just bros out of nowhere. Everybody is bro. Bro, for real. Everybody, bro. Shit, you fucking lie. You niggas fucking ain't no motherfucking bro. Stop playing with me, man. And this is the shit that be burning me up, bro. It's like I'm sitting back watching y'all ain't playing with me no more, bro. Y'all ain't playing with me another motherfucking day, bro. Y'all are not playing. I'm tired of this shit, bro. Like it's like we sitting back to all the real niggas. You see how we just step back and be like, man, we gotta get out the way of that shit. Y'all getting down, man. Think about it. Why do you listen? It makes sense, man. I'm powerful on my own, right? They will gang up in a room and stand against because I know too much shit. Because they know y'all dummies. You fans, y'all dummies too. You can tell y'all anything. I can tell y'all I flew here with wings, and well, he had wings, so they know they can tell y'all any goddamn thing. That's just what it is. But it's a whole nother world going on inside that world, people. Yes, it is. It's a lot of sins getting committed. Definitely is. And since I'm not with it, there we go.
Verb, you are trying to take on the responsibility of being the gay Batman exposer, or so, like the Batman of the gay world. You're gonna swoop in at night and grab the criminals, and it's not a crime to be gay, right? But this is what is your thing harping over who is possibly gay or who's possibly undercover? There's 7 of these niggas, and they gotta tell y'all. I know who's pushing dick. What the fuck is going on? All right, you got a lot of smoke at this point. It's got to be over, right? It's got to be.
That is a different type of demon on you, Tay Tay. And the thing, and the trans called you Tay Tay. Tay Tay, little Tay Tay, you tried to get the trans to come blow you at your mother's house, man. The trans said she told you, I am a man, and you said, okay, that's cool. I just want some head. That would have been Verb.
There he says again, if that would have been Verb, if that Verb, you've been playing gay police for quite some time now, and I'm starting to ask more questions as to why you are so infatuated or so hell-bent on it. Why are you so hell-bent on playing gay police? More? All right. I'm waiting for this shit to end.
Yo, dude, chill out, bro.
Yes.
Is this what's happening, bro?
I'm going on mute.
I'm going mute.
I can't believe this shit.
You got the floor now.
Bro, how you gonna call me all these punks and sissies and faggots and homosexuals and shit, and you got the actual RuPaul bitch as your call? I am perplexed. This ain't right.
Shit.
This is a mockery.
I
am perplexed. And if that man want to be part of the LGBT elemental, all them letters and stuff, tell him just come on out the closet. He ain't got to get up here and start doing makeup. That's what Farrah do. Farrah do the makeup tutorial.
Cheat code, talk heavy.
Farrah do the goddamn makeup tutorial. Who the fuck is he?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yo, what up?
Billy on Island. What's happening, bro? What's happening, bro?
I just woke back up from my angry tirade this morning, man. That nigga's a whore. That nigga's a whore. And I just want to say this, man. He was talking about he was going to expose me and all that. I warned him and told him keep my name out of his mouth unless we was battling. Now I'm
J2 clowns Aye Verb after Island Gang member LSG pick surfaces. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's going on with the island or the set or none. I have no clue. I'm just going on all this stuff that I was able to put together in 10 minutes on the internet. What's this one?
Man, you can't. For us people that fuck with them, we gonna play this shit through the house, man. You ain't going to no verses with that.
That's what Verb told me yesterday about women, man. Free R. Kelly, man.
What he told you? What he told you, Tori?
He just broke down how bitches ain't shit. I used to always think Verb just hated women, bro, but he make a lot of sense, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Bitches ain't shit, G.
Verb don't hate all women, though.
He just hates.
Man,
Yo, but what happened with? Never mind.
That's something.
What happened with what?
People been.
Yo, with that man coming to his house.
Who coming to who house?
I keep saying the man Swamp sent me this. I ain't even looked
Yo,
at it.
okay,
Wait, what happened?
He was on live, and the man was like, "Why you ain't give me some of that head?"
What?
It's not funny.
Nah,
yo.
I'm done.
All right, let me put it in this jumbotron.
Hold on, what are y'all talking about?
What?
Let
I
me-
just walked in on crazy combo.
Wait, let me put
What?
it.
I just
Nah,
walked
I'm not
back
gonna.
to
You know,
my
I'm not
phone.
gonna because Verb is my people's man, but they had a
Wait.
Nobody came in the house and was like, give me some of that head.
no. Why you didn't give me some of that head?
Yo.
Nah, wait, what?
Yes. Oh my god.
Did they put the AI voice on that?
Nah, that shit had to be
No,
edited,
he was.
man.
No. He was on live. Like he was on live with Free Letterman.
I don't know what.
And a nigga
Ain't no
said,
nigga
"Why you
walked
ain't
in
give me
and
that
said,
head?"
"Why you ain't
All right,
give
so
me
I'm gonna send it to
I'm gonna
you.
watch this, man.
Watch
Is
it.
this a live he
Watch
did?
it.
Nigga edited that.
The nigga just walked in his crib? Is it
Watch it. Watch it, Twerk. No, the whole live. It's a live from Free Letterman. That's on. You know what? Y'all go look at it.
A nigga. Oh man.
Bro, you do know if this is real, his career about to
Bro,
be.
we not gonna keep hanging on to Michael Jackson, man. Y'all ass crazy, bro. Fuck out of here. My mama done grew up with
All right.
Verb, is one of those guys that's publicly saying, like he wouldn't battle you because of that. How do you feel about
it's crazy because I feel like after this battle he might feel like, ooh, I'll take J2.
Okay.
I smoke J2 now.
Right.
Because I feel like I feel like niggas like him are honestly scared to battle a nigga like me. But speaking on the shit that he said, bro, like the nigga said a couple of different things, bro. This nigga said, why would y'all allow J2 and Midnight Madness? Bro, first of all, there's no sector of battle rap that anybody can keep me from. There's nothing that nobody can keep me from, bro. You're not talking to no soft ass nigga. The nigga said on his live, he was on the live, he was like, they're gonna laugh at you, then they gonna laugh at you. Bro, you're insinuating, you know what I'm saying, that like something will happen to me out here, bro. I'm not one of them guys. I'm not.
I don't want to do that on camera.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to do that on camera.
I got a little mad. I just lost. Nah. Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's one of those things where he's another one of the people that, I kind of got to prove wrong. I don't think the Aye Verb, honestly, I don't think the Aye Verb is a complete homophobe.
Mm-hmm.
I think he took something that I said the wrong way, and he feels like now he has to be on the offense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But honestly, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Aye Verb is gay.
Okay.
Do I think that he hates women on some kind of weird level? Yeah, but that's not, like, I don't think he's gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know what I'm saying, he thinks that I said that about him, so he got a lot of animosity. But as far as like me being involved in the culture, bro, there's nothing that nobody can keep me out of. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to stay.
Hey, I'm so glad Uncle Rock calmed J2 down. Look, he went so politically correct after Uncle Rock calmed. Shout out to 2, man. It's got to be over. No, we're still going. What the fuck? Like, we're out of exhibits at this point. Got to be.
You was merciful to a transsexual that you so-called don't know. You defended that. But fuck me after lying on me like that? Oh, no, bro, we can't let that ride. Hey, sir, it's one of two things. It's either you going to come out that closet or I'm going to pull you out of it, pussy. How you want to do it? How you want to do it? See, this is the thing. Then you whole ass niggas crying. Y'all crying. Oh, y'all crying. Either you coming out the closet or I'm pulling you out. Huh? You think and guess what?
What's this, a recent one? What's going on here? What's this about? What are they talking about?
This nigga Verb is a hoe. Just wait. You know what? You always do shit right before I battle. It make me feel like, do you fuck with me or are you a op? Dead ass. You're a nasty boy. You're a nasty, freaky man. And you know what I did to you and you know what you did to me. And you loved it. You loved it. And I have the footage. You know that, right? So don't play with me. I told you how I feel about these bitches in the culture.
Now, I have nothing to do with none of those videos. I'm not in any of those videos. I'm not speaking in any of those videos. I'm not referenced in any of those videos. I didn't start any of those videos. I didn't end any of those videos. I was just curious to look up the trend and try to get a little bit more of an understanding as to if Aye Verb has aligned himself to be the self-proclaimed gay police, and is that a form of projection? Is there any insecurities? Is this the deep level of homophobia and woman hatred that's going on? Like, there's 2 more that I didn't pull up. I didn't pull up Mook's third round. There's part of that I want to link into other stuff and save for a possible edit if I got to do that video when I get to the Mook chapter, or if I get to the Mook chapter. So that's the reason I've been avoiding playing the Mook third round. The other one is the video of him interviewing trans, and what was it on that app, Bigo, Bing, whatever. I left those alone. It's just odd, man, because I don't want to do what you might allegedly be doing to people. I don't want to accuse you of anything. I don't. I just want to look online and try to get an understanding of why you seem to be hell-bent on tracking down and exposing homosexuals, transvestites, why you want to be the Batman that comes down and play gay security, gay police, why you accuse so many people of this type of stuff, yet there's all this other odd stuff that people put videos up about you. Yoshi saying some very, very weird stuff there. You know, what you said on your own live. Boy, if you don't know how many shit like that and what Miss Hustle was talking about there, and I'm not here to make any allegations. I'm just here to see if there's a trend and scratch my head as to why you do it so much. Why? And the next question after that, like maybe a different stream, would be the attack on women. You know, like the attack on homosexuals, like that's just today. I don't know what that's about. The attack on women is separate. And there's a billion videos online about that too. So I just don't understand. Maybe it's not for me to understand. I don't know. Y'all give me y'all interpretations in the chat and in the comments. And I don't know. I don't know. Let's move on. I purposefully placed this Drake topic after Verb's topic because I thought it was a funny ass transition. We got to be lighthearted on this podcast as well. Is this not the funniest transition ever, people? All right. Benzino, I'll take Drake ab comparisons. Just know this senior's in the gym 5 times a week. This isn't about Benzino, this part of the podcast. It's not even about Drake deciding to post shirtless pictures. I got shirtless pictures on my Instagram. So, you know what I mean? We secure men and women, right? Men walk around the locker room shirtless every day, B. You go to the pool, you go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Only a man that is insecure or homophobic will feel a way if he happens to see another man without a t-shirt on. You ain't never go to the pool before? You ain't never go to the beach before? Nothing? You ain't never go to the court and it just happened to be one of them days when niggas is playing. It's like, yo, don't even play with their t-shirt. There's sometimes teams, shirts versus skins. Your gym teacher might do that shit. Shirts, I don't know if gym teachers get away with it, but it's basketball game, shirts versus skins. We grow up like this as kid, not wrong with a man being shirtless, right? Verb? This is okay for you, right, Verb? This is really about the continued missteps of Drake in the midst of this whole Kendrick thing. Drake continues to help it not die. Okay? When I look at the Hey Delilahs, when I look at the things that he's said publicly, some of the things he said on these streams that he's done with like Aiden Ross, and why do I gotta keep looking at Drake and say, dude, I know you got a brain up there, right? Do you realize Drake debuted his washboard waistline this week in with a bit of skepticism, but Benzino doesn't want anyone to get confused when it comes to his own workout regimen. The ex-Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star, I don't give a fuck about Benzino, right? Do you realize just posting a picture like that, it goes viral, not because it's just Drake and because it's shirtless, but because you got all these plastic surgeon professionals and you got all these lifelong professional bodybuilders and gym rats that say, this is weird. And it goes viral. Look at this. Look at posts like this. Drake sparks debate with viral shirtless photo, real or edited. So Drake posted a shirtless selfie and a jogging video, and let's just say the internet is divided. Some fans are hyping him up like, okay, Jim King, but others full roast mode. We're talking BBL Drizzy, abs by Adobe, and arms sold separately type comments. Even plastic surgery pages are weighing in, but a few defenders say it's just lighting and angles. Now, when they say the shoulders and the arms sold separately, it's because when your stomach and your midsection gets to a level of cut and a certain percentage of fat, and you start getting beneath 10, 8, 7% body fat, it's not just your stomach that looks chiseled out. If you go to my Instagram and you see some of my gym pictures, right? Like I sometimes I post a caption that says wing check, right? Where you flare your lats. My gym niggas know what I'm talking about, right? Because you do certain exercises to give yourself the cobra look, right? Come the cobra back, large lats, wings. You know what I'm saying? Your back is still all the different muscles. You see all the dips and the curves and the muscles and all that. Because when you get to a certain level of body fat, your whole body looks like that. Not just your abs. The abs is actually the last place to get chiseled because the body. Now I'm talking to my gym heads, not none of my homophobic people, like allegedly that guy. I'm talking to my gym rats. When you get to a certain level of body fat, your abs usually is the last place to come in. You want to know why? It's a physics thing, or it's a body human response thing. All of your major organs in your torso are protected and insulated the most. Okay? So the body likes to maintain, especially in men, fat in those areas more than others. Right? It's a body protective mechanism thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your stomach normally is one of the last places to lose fat. So my abs normally look way less chiseled out, or I should say come after my arms, my shoulders, my back, my traps, my chest. There's a million other guys that gym rats just like me, right? Just like me. And you want to know what makes this shit look a little bit feminine on Drake's side? No disrespect, but you see how these women, they get the plastic surgery shit done, and then they get a gym membership to try to convince everybody that that ass was built naturally in the gym. Like, we really watched your progression for 5 years in the gym. Like, really? Really? You know what I'm saying? So him posting his jogging video as if your cardio has been that intense and that on point, where you turn around and the only thing on your body that's chiseled is your midsection. That's like what the girls do. The girls go get the BBLs and then they start posting gym pictures like, this is how I built this ass. It looks feminine, Drake. It looks weird. And peep this. This one isn't original for Kendrick neither. It's not original for Kendrick neither. My bad. Hold on. Not 607 Unk. That's later. This shit isn't original by Kendrick neither. Look at this. Drake addresses fake ab surgery rumors after posing shirtless on Instagram. May 2019. The Kendrick and the Drake war was in 2024. So 5 years before that, you already caught this shit all online. I'm telling you, this topic is not just on some gym head shit, but it's also about self-awareness. Look at this. 2019. Look at this woman. Drake got fake abs? LOL. What? Shaolin Soul. Drake having surgery to get fake abs is hilarious. Look at this person, Carnage, a verified account. Drake has addressed the fake abs rumors that came after the superstar posted a shirtless photo. Once again, back in 2019. Back in 2019. This person, Carnage, you got fake ab surgery in Colombia. You ain't fooling anybody. Drake replies to this person, at Carnage. Is this because you are angry about the one thing that happened with that one person the other day that you thought was your wifey? Drake is always going to find a way to pull a woman shot in, right? People got trends, just like Verb. I told you I transitioned this for a reason. Damn, they're putting these shits together. The Verb topic and the Drake topic. projecting, but 2019. So then when Kendrick raps, and then tell him where you get your abs from. V12, that's a fast one. Blast one. Headshots every year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember? 2019. That's not an original Kendrick angle. Neither is the grooming or the alleged underage girl stuff. They're not the kid stuff that comes from Pusha T. It's not an original angle. And I'm not trying to take it's not sometimes what you do is how you do it. I'm not trying to discredit Kendrick. This is more so about the self-awareness of Drake. Because if you're a real gym rat like that, you know the difference of body composition and how much the rest of your body would be in tune with the fat composition of your stomach. So you look crazy. It's feminine behavior to be showing the gym running shit and then the picture like that, because the world is already caught up. Shorty, you've been in the gym 1 month. That ass didn't come from there. Drake, you put up one running video. Those abs look weird and fake as shit, and they've been telling you about it since 2019, and here you come again. Self-awareness. The guy just doesn't want to come from out of the Kendrick grave. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. Maybe he just wants to win his UMG lawsuit and walk off into the sunset or something. What am I talking about? Drake has a huge fan base. Somewhere right now, Maul and academics are saying, I've been to the gym with Drake before. Like, I'll take that back. Shout out to DJ Academics and Maul. No disrespect. I'll take that back. It was just a joke. I'll take it back. Self-awareness, man. Self-awareness really is the big piece of the topic. Self-awareness. If you have accusations about being homosexual, don't spend 10 years chasing down people that you believe are homosexual. It doesn't align properly. It looks like playing the police of something that you already have a shadow on you about. It's the same tie with Drake. 2019, 2025, same shit. Self-awareness. Self-awareness. Here's a quick one for y'all people. Is this true? Is this real?
What made you think it was Wacko that told him that though? Told him that, yo. Told him that, yo.
Because his statement in the motherfucking his statement there, nigga. Why would you go up there a day after I get a chain and have Snoop give it to you and you say ain't no paperwork on your name, nigga? Why would you do that, bro? You could have just went up there, got your chain, kept pushing.
So shout out to Viper. I had a PBA card before. One of my old friends, his father was a detective. Oh no, he had one. Did he gave him an old one that was like expired or something like that? But anyway, the PBA card is something that you hand over to a police officer. Like if you get pulled over, you hand it with your license. You try to get preferential treatment. Like, hey man, I'm tapped in. Hey man, my father, my family is a detective. Like, hey man, let me walk, right? PBA cards. In this video, what they're talking about is the alleged badge, the little gold looking medallion looking thing. Let's play it one more time.
What made you think it was Wacko that told him that though? Told
Not the card right there on the bottom. The gold thing.
Told him that, yo.
Because his statement in the motherfucking
Let's say hypothetically it was. You want to know what Wack would come off then? What we would look at? You know the cop or the detective that walks into like the store that they know is selling weed out the back. You know what I'm saying? And he walks in and they're just so obvious, like, hey man, how's your day going? They're like, good. You need something? And he's like, yeah, you got any marijuana for sale? Like the obvious detective that walks up to the group of guys on the corner and says, hey man, does anybody have heroin? Like, who talks like this? You know what I'm saying? Here goes a reference for y'all. Remember in Training Day, right? When Hoyt and Denzel pull up on Snoop, and Snoop leans into the car. What's up? What y'all got going on? He's like, yeah, man, I want crack. Like, who talks like this? Like, I smell bacon in this mouth. That's what Wack would be then. Like the amount of talking that you do would align with somebody that just is like a opposing detective, right? It would line up, right? And I'm not putting that on the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, they bringing out videos like this that go virals. I brought it to our stream. I have no accusations. I'm not saying what Wack is or what he isn't. But I don't think anybody would be shocked, right? I don't think anybody would be too shocked because he's broken every gangster code in the book, right? So, or street code, and he's broken them all, right? No? Okay. All right. This one I love to see. This was beautiful, man. This was beautiful. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. SGA, biggest annual salary in league history. 4 years, $285 million. Got to be careful posting shit like this, though. Shay, you got to speak to the NBA. I know they make a lot of this shit public. You got to be careful. You don't just got the groupies and all that. Well, you guys, NBA, you guys are trained at this point. You guys know you guys are just targets, super targets, right? As Zion, what he's going through right now. You guys are super targets. But you also got the Aye Verbs of the world that'll see something like this and say, I was watching TV. I was watching the game with Shay. He dunked, and then the TV fell. It fell on my foot. I need some of that. Got the Aye Verbs of the world that are out there. So this, I'd be scared to death for. Yo, remember that skit with Chappelle when he was in the barbershop and they was watching TV in the barbershop while he was getting his hair cut, and the shit came on about what his new Chappelle show deal was. And he was like, oh, and the barber was just like, all right, that haircut just cost $7,000. He's like, $7,000. You become a target and a half, boy. When they know you got it, it's sad. The people, they don't want to earn it for themselves, man. They got a new route to earning a living these days, man. It's disgusting.
For the first time in 25 years, the same player won the regular season MVP, the scoring title, and now he's your finals MVP.
Historic year for Shay. Incredible. Shout out to him. What else we got? I got a couple funny ones for you. I got like 4 funny ones. I just want y'all reaction. Just stuff that I saw. I'm not here to judge. It seemed relevant to the stream for some reason, though. I don't know why.
The fuck? That nigga sucked my dick. On blood, that hey, gang. That don't make me gay, cuz. That don't make me gay, cuz. That don't make me gay. How the fuck that make the next nigga gay? Cause this nigga did something to me. I ain't do nothing to him. The fuck? That not gay, bro. The fuck? That nigga sucked my dick.
I'm not going to react. I'll let y'all do the reaction in the chat. Next up, I told y'all we're just gonna have some quick little fast ones at the end. We just podcasting, just checking out what's happening in the world. That's all. This one I will ask a question, and I'm not even gonna ask it of the fellas. I'm gonna ask it to the ladies in the chat. Is this trickery, or is this just the process of what women generally do? Getting glammed up, face beat, hair done, outfit on, all that. Is this a level of reference king? I'm gonna get you sucker type level, right? We know what scene I'm talking about. Don't make me hop after you type shit, right? Is this that level? Is that, do you women, ladies, and that y'all really want to bring up some shit in the chat? Ladies, is this wrong to present, or is this just like it's normal? I don't even want the fellas in here, man. I don't want the fellas. I know y'all. Okay. Sassy, one of our members in the building says, nah, this is trickery. I'm trying to look at the ladies. Sweet Butter Jemmy 9 says, makeup has always been these females' saving grace. I'm looking for the ladies. Q, Ahmad says, yes, it's wrong. Okay. Sassy is back and says, she didn't enhance her own beauty. She turned into someone else. You nailed it. That was going to be my conclusion. You nailed it. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Sassy. That's what I was looking for. Ladies, I love you. I love all women, man. I'm not Verb. I love our women. I love the flaws of a woman. I love the enhancements of a woman. I love the hard work. I love women. Man, listen. If you don't go back to I would never trip up like Aye Verb. If you don't go back to my school and see my jersey hung, man, like, boy, if you don't know what? Yo, oh man, I love women, man. But there is a difference. I've dated women that they go from 6s to 10s. You might have met them glammed up. And then when they do take off their makeup, sometimes women even want you to see them without makeup. And it's almost like you could tell they're like, all right, I'm going to let them finally see me without makeup, you know? And sometimes men got to be sensitive towards it. Allow them to, all right, now you see my wake up mode. You see me at, a different perspective. I don't got my hair done. I don't got my nails done. I don't got my eyelashes done. I don't got my makeup on, And when you get to see that woman for the first time in that sense, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We've all been there. But becoming a totally different person, that's too much. I've seen some of them videos on the internet. I was just like, damn. I've seen the videos where you can't tell. It's the woman that sits down and then she takes off everything, body and everything, like, oh, there's a fucking man under there. You ever see some of them videos? Ladies, like you know what I do respect about when I see some of them transformer videos online that I see going viral these days. What I do respect, at least the ones that I've seen, is that they be on there with a guy. The guy starts flirting with them, and then the man, the woman, no disrespect, whichever category, I don't want to be incorrect, says, I am a trans woman. And she is forthcoming and she tells them, right? Because we've seen some trans women online with these guys, and the guys is live with them like, yo, look at you. You got the body, you got the face, you got the hair. Yeah, you ever see the ones where the woman she changes her voice to a real voice, like, oh, and everybody jumps. Oh shit. She changes her voice real quick, like, no, I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm like being forthcoming. And I think that's also smart because there has been a lot of times that we've seen publicly hit the news where violence happens, where the guy got into the situation with the person, then he finds out too late, or maybe something happened, or maybe there was already engagement happening or whatever, and he turns violent because he feels tricked. He feels tricked. We don't know what happened with that alleged Young Buck situation when that footage came out. We don't know. Right. But some people have felt and they've turned violent. People have literally lost their lives behind that. I'm saying the makeup thing. I'm just talking about like your gender thing or your origin thing. Be careful. Be careful because, yeah. I think the whole transformation or being a different person, though, from just like a makeup thing, though, I don't think that's supposed to be like violent. But you may put yourself in a odd spot if you are doing. I'm becoming a whole different. You are Mystique. You're going from blue to Beyonce, like the blue alien looking woman to Beyonce. It's just Just be careful. Just be careful, people. That's all. And I'm glad to see those type of reactions from the ladies. There is a difference, people. All right. So this is where the world is, huh? I gotta ask y'all a question on this one too. Is this really where we at? Really?
Cool no more with the hoes, you know what I'm saying, with the money and shit. They don't respect that no more. They respect who got the most hats, who got the most souls, you know what I'm saying, who killed the most people.
This ain't no safe shit.
Nah,
This ain't no safe shit. You safe because you with us, though. I got a bunch of...
Is that where we at now, people? Or is that just how they moving in the hood? I haven't been to the hood in a long time. And I have no business there. Is the fly guy, the ladies' man, the guy that's well dressed and focusing on his clothes every day at school and laying his clothes out and all that? Is that guy done? Ladies, are y'all chasing down the super thug? Does everybody want a King Von now? Ladies? And if that's the case, if the King Vons of the world and some of the music industry done blew this up so much, ladies, are you comfortable saying, I'm with a murderer? or not only am I with a murderer, but I'm actually looking for a guy that maybe killed somebody because I feel more safe now. Let me come to the chat again. Oh my God. ARP, her says she will hide the bodies for him. Oh my goodness. Who wants to be with a serial killer? What's her name? King Von's ex-girlfriend, right? No? Yes? No? Allegedly, I guess I'll say. Nigga says sounds like Chicago logic. Yo, chat says ladies love a gentleman and a gangster. Okay. I mean, that's been a common thing for a long time. But this nigga just sat up there and said, what's cool in the hood at this point is not the nigga that's getting the lady, all that. That shit is dead. What makes you cool now is how many bodies you got. Man, listen. I'm gonna stay away from y'all niggas, man, as much as possible. Y'all got it. All right, last but not least, what the hell is 607 I'm talking about?
Fuss about it. Verb, I try to spell you, right? Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say this a little bit, but you trying to save face. Yeah. Quit trying to save face, nigga. I swear to God, mama, you keep playing, I'll upload the footage. Better than that, I'm gonna come see you. You can ask your son about it. Stop playing with me. Yeah.
All right, I'm cool. I'm cool. I didn't attack Verb this particular stream at all. I just played stuff and I just want the internet to be able to ask the question based on the stuff that he has already put out there and others. All right. Once again, we've been on a members run today. Shout out to all the members. We had another member that came in, Goldie Andretti. Shout out to you. Welcome to the Green Gang, as well as Jerome Johnson. All members today, man. All new members, and it's dope to see the Green Gang definitely building up. Don't drop it in the chat because after the lives, I watch the live chats during the stream. After the stream is over, I look at the comments. I really don't go back and replay the live chat. Members, drop in the comments what members exclusives do you want. I do get some comments sometimes. Do a business blog or do about this battle rap topic or give the members the Aye Verb edited blog. I see. I see that too. You know what I'm saying? Do another Ask ARP stream. Members, what do y'all want to see content wise, in the upcoming weeks on the podcast? You know what I'm saying? Because Gang Green, they got some stuff going on, and I definitely make sure I take care of the whole chat. But I see you, Richard. I've left that topic alone. I shall remain consistent. If me and you is cool at that level, I ain't gonna be a part of the pile on just for content. I have remained consistent about that person. That person has always supported me, never did no shady shit in my direction, never jumped out the window when I had anything going on. And that's what it's called being sturdy. You know, there's been 5 different times where that person has jumped crazily into the headlines, and I could have said, "Ooh, content time, 10,000, 20,000 views." It's not worth it to me, you know. On the flip side, I did have a conversation once upon a time with my homie Math, and he said he wasn't talking about that person that you put in the chat, but he's talking about somebody else. He was like, "Don't spare people, because when you jump in the headlines, you're gonna see everybody take their turn to use you as content." And I do see that that is very, very true, you know, and then you get to see who's who, you know. But now I did see that stuff. You know, I'm in the news cycle, people. I see a lot, you know, and then of course checks and balances is there too. We see a lot. But if you if you see me skipping something like that, there's a reason why. Okay. There's a reason why. All right. What's this real quick from one of our members says, did you explain what made you give people pay-per-view deals? Creating another business approach that allowed some of these battlers to understand a business model that benefits them just as much as benefits me. You will sometimes run into pockets of battle rappers that feel like they're on the outside, and that's where they start pulling on numbers that are just, they don't understand why the numbers are there. They just create numbers. Sometimes they hear numbers from their peers, sometimes they hear numbers on other leagues, sometimes they just look at YouTube and say the video did 1 million views, so I want $200,000, right? Battle rappers don't really understand the battle rap market because they don't see the pay-per-view numbers. Okay, so they don't really know what their ROI is. They don't really know what their true worth is, especially as the market changes up and down. They don't know. So the pay-per-view thing, like if I call Hitman and I say I want you to battle Cassidy, which might be one of your biggest battles ever. Hitman's already making a lot of money. He already knows that he's got a wilding out following, he's got a big social media, he does 1 million views all the time, this and that. And now you want me to battle one of the biggest names in battle rap? Now, if Hitman, I'm not saying this is true, I'm just making up a hypothetical. Now, if he turns around and says, for that right there, man, pay me $500,000, I start to mold a business model that makes sure that he gets what he feels he deserves based on black and white. Right. And so do I. Right. It also puts you in a spot to be able to work for yourself. Okay. And that's what Verb, all bullshit, all jokes aside, that's what Aye Verb was doing when he battled A Ward. Okay. He is a guy that can at times promote very well. But the A Ward thing, he went crazy because he was trying to buy himself a new house or something. And I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at that at all, because you're in a spot where you're working for yourself. And I'm not taking a shot at Aye Verb there. I'm being dead serious. Murder Mook. If you go down my Instagram and you go all the way back to 2018 and you go to when we was rolling out the Rare Breeds card, if you get to like the day or two before, whatever, look at my Instagram. You see me putting up posts from Wyclef, Jadakiss, Mayweather's Team, The Game, Busta Rhymes, Dame Dash, all posting and putting up the Rare Breeds event. I'm not taking credit for that, even though it was Murder Mook's return and people were heavily looking at what the fuck is going on with RBE right now. Absolutely. But I also know that Mook called in a lot of favors. All right. Like hit a lot of his homies up. Hey, post this flyer for me. You know, Hitman might have a pay-per-view deal somewhere and then hit up Nick Cannon and say, hey, post this flyer for me. Right. Some of your fan base might buy the pay-per-view. You get an opportunity to work for yourself a little bit more instead of feeling like, regardless of how I promote or how I show up and deliver, I'm locked into what I negotiated. This deposit and this back end. Right. If you have the type of business models that I've created, you also get a chance to feel like you partner with me. Okay. So the work that you do, the resources that you use, the relationships that you bring in and tap on for the moment, you benefit from, because you do have a lot of battle rappers that feel like, shit, I don't even own the footage. This all this extra stuff I'm doing, the only person that wins is the league. It's cool to feel like that. That is absolutely removed though when you feel like a partner and you have more to gain based on the outcome, right? So it's a way to keep the market set at a certain place. It's a way to say we are going to eat what we actually are worth. You're going to be able to prove your own numbers. You're going to be able to bet on yourself. You're going to be able to actually partner into the situation where any extra work that you feel that you're doing, you can potentially capitalize on. There's a lot of ways that I molded that business model together that make it work for multiple people, you know, and it spread after that. You hear about other leagues doing it, and you hear battlers carry that forward now, and some battlers will never do a battle without it. It's like, you know, you see Aye Verb, he's got spaces, we got him. Like, boy, RBE with ARP Turk, he showed us a whole new way to make money. Oh, it's over now. The game is different now. It's over. It's over. But if you know what I know, you see what I walked away with from Max Out, boy, I got a whole check that ARP sent me. I ain't even know about. It's all documented, right? It's because of the business model that I put him in. Okay. But he just had an issue with Hitman making more than him from a different Max Out. And also feeling like we should have made more. And I spoke about us. We all felt like we should have made more from Max Out 3, you know. But yeah, it's if you do it the right way, you build it up the right way, you work with it the right way, you present it the right way, it could be a big benefit to multiple parties. So yeah, I'm the king of that. I'm the king of that. All right. Anything else going on in here? Every once in a while, I'll entertain stupidity. Let's do it. Monetize.guide. I'll call out your name. You said RBE focused on too many washed up battle rappers. Should have got behind Bill Collector. He really was the one who could have carried the league. Stupidity is just, I'm telling you, man, like I'm trying to get to a level in life where I don't swat as many flies. And stupidity, because of my level of intellect, and it's tough for me to come down to this level of stupidity. But every once in a while, I might as well, just for entertainment. So let's speak about the first thing. RBE focused on too many washed up battlers. So make up your mind. Did he just try to grab who was hot and just capitalize as a platform? Or did he work with remodeling people, building people back up, getting people to the peak and putting them in the spots that would help them maximize their careers, their opponents, get to new levels like an Aye Verb or maybe a JC or a Big Cannon? Or look at the resume of somebody like a Show who may have never had a resume like that if it wasn't for he and RBE partnering like that, or Rosenberg Rowe who finally gets to his million view battle and has the type of resume that he has from RBE, and bringing in some of these guys that maybe you didn't focus on too much. A Mr. Mills, a Swave Sever, right? Which one is it? Make up your mind. Because the guy who used to be a partner, allegedly, of RBE is on the record saying Born Legacy was created to try to do what RBE brought into battle rap, which was a blood, sweat, and tears, mid-tier, help this whole portion of battle rap type of concept. I'll say allegedly, but that comes from the person that used to work with those people. So washed up battle rap is, if you go play battles like, I don't know if these people are washed up to you, like even Big Cannon versus Mr. Mills. You know, Big Cannon versus Mr. Mills is Shot's favorite rap battle. It's a classic. You ever watch battles like JC and Big Cannon? Was JC washed up at that time? Some people were saying that, but then he had this resurgence of how we partnered and how we presented, in the room size and the opponents and the promotion behind them and the backing behind them. And he was still washed up at that time to you, huh? Okay. I loved when people like Moneybags came back because of RBE. I loved when we was able to say Rich Dollars come back to battle rap. I loved when Murder Mook was away for 4.5 years and RBE said, guess what we're going to do? I love when people didn't know what the fuck a 40 Cal was going to do because you haven't seen him since Fight Club. And we said, 40 Cal, let's work. Or King Los, who you haven't seen him since he was wearing 5X t-shirts. And we said, what you got for us? And he stepped on stage with Head Ice with 2 weeks prep, had a nice showing. Then he had an epic performance versus Daylight, an absolute classic with DNA, a great performance with Ill Will. You know who you blame for that, right? You blame me for this type of shit, right? Some of these battle rappers that you consider washed up that we brought back, there was other leagues that said, oh, wait, I want to do that now because we said that person shouldn't be cast away. I want to see Moneybags back. Let's do it. Big Cannon, even Big Cannon will tell you about him getting approached like, hey, don't battle over there no more. Sign this because of what he did with RBE. That's just a Big Cannon. Jay Murder, same position. He'll tell you. Jay Murder ever, hey, man, get up out of there. Right? How the fuck you think the Loaded Lux battle happened? Aye Verb was in the gutter, wasn't he? The whole world went crazy against RBE when they found out that Murder Mook was returning to battle Aye Verb. They was like, Aye Verb, if it ain't Sue Surf or T-Top or what, Aye Verb, he's coming off of 4 back-to-back losses. He's Pay Verb. He's nothing to us. Like Murder Mook, let alone his return. Go watch the battle. It's an epic battle, ain't it? It's an epic battle, ain't it? RBE did a lot of dice rolling, a lot of risk taking. Took a lot of chances for you ungrateful motherfuckers to say washed up battle rappers. You know what we saw? We saw talent and we booked it. You saw washed up. Other leagues were smart enough to say, okay, bet, let me work with you. Here, sign this contract or don't battle. You could never do what I do. Your brain don't work fast enough. You don't see enough of the matrix to ever do what I do. And when I read comments like this, I could almost peer into your personal life. And I could almost assume you're probably not even a successful person in whatever lane that you work in. Me, I'm in books. Me, I have a worldwide fan base. I fly out the country on 10-hour flights, drop down, and people still shake my hand or ask me for pictures. I'm a 10-year legacy. I'm in books. I will go down with the legacy of one of the best battle rap platforms in battle rap history. Is that because we worked with too many washed up people? Bill Collector wasn't on cloud 9 when I called him. Let's go to that piece now. When I called him for Hitman. Was he? Was he? Me and Bill Collector tried to work together after the Hitman battle. Was that my fault? Or was it after the Hitman's battle, did things start coming his way that would stop him from doing anything further on RBE allegedly? Is that what happened? I don't know. I might have those text messages too. You don't know shit about shit. You don't know how many of these motherfuckers owe me thank you Father's Day gifts, Christmas gifts. You don't know how many of these motherfuckers made money because of me. Even my presence, even the people that I never booked before made extra money because of me. You know how feared my presence has been in battle rap? They walk the shit into the courtrooms behind my presence. You know the fuck I am and what I did in this game? This is a stupid ass comment. So I entertain it and make you look stupid. Like a fucking non-thinking ass fan that you are. Stay in your place, little nigga. Fuck out of here.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I drop it, connected to block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.